This is screencast number 4 for Unit 2, Lesson 1. And I'm on page 78. Finding the center. How are data described? All right, statistics is actually a branch of math that analyzes data. In statistics, central tendency is a way to describe a data set using only one number. The number is often called a middle value. There are several measures of central tendency, including mean, median, and mode. Data also are described by how spread out they are. This measure is called range. All right, range is the difference between the largest and smallest numbers in a data set, and it helps you to describe how spread out the data is. The table on the right, the table shown here gives monthly precipitation amounts for a particular location. To find the range of the data, you would first identify the largest and smallest numbers in the table. Then you would subtract the smallest number from the largest number. Okay? All right, let's go to page 79 and let's talk about mean, median, and mode. Here we go. Mean. First red heading. The mean of a data set is also commonly known as average. The mean is the sum of all the values in a data set divided by the number of items in that data set. Okay? Median is middle. Okay? The median is the middle number in an ordered data set. An ordered data set simply means that the data are placed in numerical order. If there's an odd number of data points, the median is the middle number. If the data set has an even number of data points, then the median is the average or the mean of the two middle numbers. Okay? Mode is another way of measuring central tendency, and mode sort of means most. Mode is the number that occurs most frequently in a data set. Okay? Skipping down just a little bit. When all numbers in a data set occur with the same frequency, there is no mode. It is also possible for a data set to have multiple modes. Okay? All right, so now that you know what range, mean, median, and mode all mean, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to show you the notes and things that I wrote down so that you guys can do the same thing. Okay, now we're looking at page 78 and 79 after I've gone back and done some highlighting and picked out some important items. First of all, I underlined and highlighted where it said statistics is the branch of math that analyzes data. Skipping down a little bit, there are several measures of central tendency, which is just a fancy way of saying there are several measures of telling how clumped together or spread out data is. Okay? Those measures of central tendency include mean, median, and mode. Data are also described by how spread out they are. This measure is called range. Okay? Under the red heading that says range, range is the difference between the largest and the smallest numbers in a data set. So I highlighted that sentence. Skipping down a little bit. To find the range of the data, you would first identify the largest and smallest numbers in the table. Then you would subtract the smallest number from the largest number. So you can see that range equals largest number minus smallest number. Okay? On number 17, it says find the range of the precipitation data shown in the table to the right and show your calculations below. So I looked in the table, and the rainfall, the biggest value that I have was in November, 16 centimeters. The smallest value that I have was in June, only 1 centimeter. So I take the largest value and subtract the smallest value. 15 is the range. Okay? And they also point that out to you on the number line. If you notice, on the number line, over here, this is marking 16. This is marking 1. 1 is your smallest value. 16 is your largest value. And the bracket shows you that range, that difference of 15, because 16 minus 1 is 15. Okay? I also can point out the mean, the median, and the mode. Okay, if I take all of those numbers, okay, so basically hop over to page 79. If I take those numbers, I can later put them on the number line too. Number 18 says to find the mean of the rainfall data on the previous page. To find the mean, first add up all of the precipitation amounts from the table and then divide by the total number of items. Okay, so in the data table you had 12 items because you had rainfall amounts for 12 months. So you add up all the rainfall and you get 72 centimeters divided by 12 months, and 72 divided by 12 is 6. So the mean, or the average, is 6 centimeters. Okay. All right, so along with 18, remember that you go to the red heading that says mean, and I put a little arrow out to the side and reminded myself that that means average. Okay. I also highlighted the first two sentences. The mean of a data set is also commonly known as average. The mean is the sum of all the values in a data set divided by the number of the items in the data set. Okay. Then for median, the red heading median, I put out to the side that that kind of means middle. Okay. The median is the middle number in an ordered data set. An ordered data set simply means that the data are placed in numerical order. If there's an odd number of data points, the mean is the middle number. Okay. If the data set has an even number of data points, then the median is actually the mean, or the average, of the two middle numbers. So that's on number 19, calculate. Find the median of the rainfall data. To find the median, first arrange the rainfall amounts into numerical order from least to greatest. Okay, so I listed them. 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 16. Okay, then I go from one end to the other, marking out until I get the two numbers in the middle. There are two middle numbers, so I have to take those and find the average, or the mean, of those two in order to get my median. 4 and 5 added together is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So the median is 4.5. All right, down at the bottom, most. Okay, that's another word for mode. Mode is the number that occurs most frequently in a data set. So on number 20, I need to look at my data. It says to find the mode of the rainfall data, look at the arrangement of numbers that you made above and find which number occurs the most often. Okay, I have 3 number 3s, so the number 3 is my mode because it occurs most often in my list. Okay, number 21 says label the mean, median, and mode on the number line on the previous page. Okay, so go back to page 78 and you'll notice mode. I pointed to mode. It's 3. I pointed to mean, or the average, which is 6. And I pointed to median, which was 4.5.